itself. It would have been cool if all the stuff was stealable. Or lootable, since nothing seems to be a problem with taking.
Welcome. This unit has been programmed to provide a selection of margin.
Oh, actually, I'm thinking about it. Let us sell him all the stuff we just picked up. I'd like to fly. I wonder if we upgrade that, if it'll be better than this one. I forgot to upgrade my armors. I can do that twice now. That's cool. Excuse me?
Well, welcome. Did you know that canid reviews in the premises of Byzantium are a violation of board protocol and may result in a fine of up to 400 bits? How subversive.
Interesting. I'll keep that in mind. Alright, let's talk to this guy. He does have an eye patch. It was his eye. I was right.
You there, sauntering about in a Jolliker original. Do you know the interesting thing about canid shows?
No, but I have a feeling you're about to tell me anyway.
Good instincts. Mathematically speaking, the interesting thing about canid shows is this. They're an exercise in futility. Winning is predetermined. Over time, the inevitable trend is that the race goes to the swift. Time and chance are just statistical outliers. In other words, if you put enough canids through enough trials, the one with the most optimal attributes generally wins. Exercise in futility.
Why are you telling me this?
Oh, I've been told I should try to socialize more. Sharing an interesting fact is a proven method of endearing oneself to a stranger. I'm an actuary, you see. Well, not entirely. The actuarial sciences are more of a passion than a profession. So I suppose that makes me mostly an actuary. That's a bit of a family joke. I'm Clarence Mostly.
That name sounds familiar. Mostly Fine Furniture Company, right?
Yes, that's us. Mostly oak trees, too. My grandfather invented them, you know. Well, no, he didn't invent mostly oaks, but he did purchase the naming rights back during the terraforming days. It's essentially the same thing.
Okay. I've been looking for you. You're the last known staff member on Project Gorgon.
Oh. Then you're not here about my monograph. It's true, I was involved with Project Gorgon, but that chapter of my life is long since closed. Listen, I don't know what you want with Gorgon or with me, but let me give you some free advice, Let the past go. Live in the moment. Enjoy the party.
Want to keep living in the moment? Show me how to lift the emergency lockdown.
I was wondering if you were the sort of person to accept sensible advice or respond with threats of violence. Thank you for resolving that ambiguity for me. Lifting the lockdown won't be easy. You'll need to send overrides from the chem lab and human inquiry. I don't have that level of clearance, but I know 2 people who do. The trouble is, I don't know you. I don't trust you. I washed my hands of Gorgon, and you're asking me to dirty them all over again. I'm going to need a good reason.
How's this for a reason? I'm really heavily armed.
Right, of course. Thank you for reminding me. Point well taken. I want a favor from you. Do something for me, and I'll do something for you. That way we don't have to rely on mutual trust. A grand prize trophy to the Canid Review. I want it in my hands. Get me that trophy, and I'll give you the remaining researchers. Names, locations, as much information as I have.
What's so important about the trophy?
My Canid, Laplace, is statistically superior to every other Canid in this review. Better average sprinting time, superior gait coefficient, optimal anatomical symmetry. I didn't bother entering little Laplace in this pointless contest. He's already won on paper, you see. That trophy rightfully belongs to him.
Might be the most Byzantium thing I've ever heard.
Oh, you're much too kind. Does this mean you'll do it?
I'll be back with that trophy.
Head into the main hall and take the elevator down into the maintenance tunnels. You'll find a service passage that leads up into the trophy room. The maintenance tunnel is the only way up into the trophy room. Some technician barred the door shut on our end. Ask Tilda Coatsworth about it, over by the podium.
I know what I'm doing, Clarence, thanks.
Oh, you're quite welcome. I look forward to observing your results.
Before I go, there was something else.
What's on your mind?
So I found this eye.
My eye! I was wondering where I'd misplaced that old thing. It's perfectly preserved, you know. Every eye possesses unique dimensions, not unlike a fingerprint. The circumference, the shape, the color of the iris. An eye makes excellent proof of identification, assuming you don't mind removing one.
So how'd you lose your eye?
I'd rather not get into the details. If Spacer's Choice ever asks you to test out their new model of monocle, just say no.
Here, take your eye back. I don't want this thing in my pocket.
Well, that's rather responsible of you. I'll put a good word in your permanent record.
Board reputation increased. Nice. I wanted to ask you something else.
What's on your mind?
I found dead canids in the service tunnels. You know anything about that?
Dead canids in the service tunnels. Domesticated canids? Why, that's utterly revolting.
Telling me you had nothing to do with this?
My dear friend, I would not dream of hurting a canid. Every canid, regardless of their physical attributes, is a companion to their master. To kill a companion is a profound and unforgivable breach of trust. I'm glad I chose not to participate in this loathsome canid review. I will, however, take their trophy.
What can you tell me about Project Gorgon?
At the moment, nothing. I have a one-track mind. I can't stop thinking about that trophy. Why isn't it in my hands? When is it going to be in my hands? And so on and so forth. You get me that Best in Show trophy, and it'll clear my mind right up.
I'll be right back. Okay, so first thing he says, talk to this person.
My goodness! Is that a Jolliker original? If you wanted to show off, you're a little late for the Canid review. Don't stand too close to the canids. You don't want their bladder issues all over your suit.
It's the other reason I wear the suit. Not only does it help with conversations in places not upscale and hoity-toity, this place always recognizes my suit as a one-of-a-kind. Intimidate? I was actually here about the canard. I kind of want to do an intimidate. It gives me points. Are you wearing a Jericho original? No? Then don't tell me what to do.
Fair enough, friend. Fair enough. I understand the rules of social engagement just as well as you.
You're all degenerates and I hope the building collapse tonight. I was actually here about the canard review.
Unfortunately, you're too late. The review ended a few days ago. We've submitted our results to the Judiciary Committee and await arbitration. In 8 to 10 short weeks, we'll have the name of a winner. Probably. That gives us 8 to 10 weeks to file a maintenance request. Our technician barred the vault door and then disappeared without a trace. Can you believe that?
What was your technician doing in the vault?
The Musgrave Vault contracted a security consultant from UDL. They sent a technician to install a few security upgrades, anti-dissident automechanicals and the like. That technician barred the vault, but neglected to leave us with a way in from here. He wasn't seen leaving the security room, so I can't imagine where he's gone off to.
Found dead canids down in the tunnels. Explain.
Oh, don't look so cross. Those canids were put down mercifully. Not every canid is suited to the intense competition of our review. Some few canids display flaws that cannot be redeemed. A limp, wall eye, poor coloration.
I found a bloody saber next to him. I don't think that's merciful. So you kill them?
Mercifully. Anyway, listen. Nature is red in tooth and claw, and so are we. Competition is practically a law of the universe. I shouldn't have to explain this to you.
Could you give me a minute? Got the strangest urge to load my gun.
Go and attend to your business then. Arguing with you is a waste of time. I'm not in the mood for an argument. I thought I'd make that clear.
Come now,
Still want that weapon, but I need to give him hacking up 5 more points.
I sure hope these folks don't mind us borrowing this.
Oh, I'm sure they do mind it.
Jolliker's outfits have been linked to a 12% increase in mild to moderate neck injuries as a result of so many heads turning.
Today's your lucky day, Clarence. I've got your trophy.
My trophy! Look at this thing. Have you ever seen a more garish monument to the boredom of the elite? If only Grandfather Mostly were alive today, I would have loved to wave this trophy right in front of his cataracts. I hope you won't take it personally when I say I had my doubts about you. Nothing ever gets done in Byzantium, you see. Competent work is, well, a statistical anomaly.
I kept mine at the bargain. I expect you to keep yours.
Lifting the emergency lockdown requires overrides from the Chem Lab and Human Inquiry. Access to those facilities requires authorizations from 2 senior-level researchers. Marion Blakesley, Jasper Lowe. They went into hiding after the project collapsed, but I've managed to calculate their last known whereabouts within a reasonable margin of error.
Science 40. You use statistical analysis to figure out their location? Show me your math.
I see you're familiar with my technique. I'd love to show you my numbers, but there aren't nearly enough napkins in this room. After the project shut down, I had to keep my mind occupied. I worked on my actuarial tables, calculated the average lifespan of a Spacer's Choice worker, that sort of thing. I realized some of the researchers had to be alive. I ran some numbers, did a little research, and concluded that the 2 most likely survivors are Marion Blakesley and Jasper Lowe.
You haven't been able to let go of Project Gorgon either?
Nonsense. I just needed a good old-fashioned statistical problem to busy my mind. Keeps the faculties lubricated.
Perception. You talk about leaving the past behind, but you still feel responsible.
Let me stop you there. I don't accept anything for free. And if you're going to analyze me, I'd have to go through the trouble of hiring you on contract. Think what you will of my intentions. My calculations are sound. You'll find Marion Blakesley and Jasper Lowe at the enclosed locations.
So these two researchers are the only ones left.
As far as I know, Jasper Lowe and Marion Blakesley are the only two surviving researchers with high-level clearance. If you want to lift the lockdown on the manufactory, you'll need to send an override from the Chem Lab and Human Inquiry. I'm afraid it's the only way.
All right, I got some questions about these researchers.
I'll tell you what I can.
What do I need to know about Marion Blakesley?
Dr. Marion Blakesley supervised the Human Inquiry and Auditing Facility. Live subjects, measuring tape and syringes, that sort of thing. Someone sabotaged the facility. Blakesley tendered her resignation and vanished. I'm reasonably certain she's hiding in a maintenance bay on Groundbreaker.
Are you sure it was sabotage?
Well, with Spacer's choice equipment, who even knows? Dr. Blakesley tendered her resignation lawfully, but under suspicious circumstances. If you want to know more, you'd best ask her yourself.
You're asking me to trust your hunch?
I'm asking you to trust in the predictive power of data. Dr. Blakesley may have disappeared after that sabotage incident, but the trajectory of her life was implied in her permanent record.
What about this Jasper Lowe guy?
Dr. Lowe described himself as a dazzling genius in his review. I disagreed. Of the 19 criteria that constitute the rubric of genius, Dr. Lowe only met 15. After the project shut down, corporate traded him off to Anti-Cleo in exchange for 5 lab coats. He's been transferred to an orbital lab around Olympus.
Wow, must have been some fancy lab coats.
Oh dear. How do I explain this without using too many syllables? Lab coats means scientists. It's a colloquial... It's slang. Let's get back on topic. You'll find Dr. Lowe in an orbital lab around Olympus.
Before I go, there's one other thing.
Certainly. What's on your mind?
I had some more questions about Blakesley and Lowe.
I'll tell you what I can.
Tell me about Jasper Lowe.
Dr. Lowe described... After the project shut down...
You don't think much of him, do you?
Him off. Our office gave Dr. Lowe and his team every opportunity to develop a drug under perfectly reasonable guidelines and generous deadlines. Dr. Lowe failed to meet our requests and largely succeeded in using our supply of drugs to get himself higher than the mortality rate of a line worker at a Saltuna cannery.
Here's one more thing. What can you tell me
What's
about
on your
Project
mind?
Gorgon?
Let's try to keep it down, shall we? At least pretend we're being discreet. There's not a lot about Project Gorgon I can tell you. I know that's not what you wanted to hear, but I closed that chapter in my life.
Persuade
Move
48.
on.
I promise I'm not looking for any trouble. I just want information.
Look, don't tell anyone I said this. But if there's anything I've learned by living in Byzantium, it's this. If you go looking for the truth, you are looking for trouble. All right. Ask your questions. And then if you don't mind, don't mention Project Gorgon anywhere near me again.
You must have left Gorgon for a reason. What happened?
It's complicated. I'll be honest, I didn't join Project Gorgon because I wanted to satisfy my intellectual curiosity. I was courting the daughter of a Spacer's Choice family. We were a mathematically congruent match, you see. I had the proofs all written out and everything.
I see where this is going.
I see you've been in the same situation. Yes, she wasn't impressed by my absolute value. After she made her feelings clear, I left the project.
What exactly went wrong?
Everything. Every project has a margin of failure. We expect setbacks, complications, delays. Project Gorgon experienced a cascade failure. One mistake precipitated another, and another, and another. The labs failed to develop a safe drug. Human Inquiry failed to perform their tests responsibly. An unsafe drug tested on unhealthy subjects by irresponsible supervisors. That's Project Gorgon.
So the project fell apart and your test subjects became marauders.
Anarchy is not a crime. It is a symptom. The undisciplined workplace secretes anarchy the way our glands secrete enzymes. It's a principle of science. Sabotage came first. The chem lab, Human Inquiry, even my own office. Sabotage broke the discipline of our workplace, leading to confusion, leading to escaped subjects, leading to anarchy.
The staff are all dead or missing. You're the only one wearing a tracker.
No one appreciates the value of good data. The holistic surveillance device I wear is an invaluable tool, gathering data on all my day-to-day activities. My former colleagues can go into hiding and live in ignorance for all I care. I prefer the self-examined life.
Your hands aren't clean, Clarence. You were part of the Project Gorgon.
I know. Project Gorgon was a failure of leadership. Leadership to which I belonged. I should have pushed for stricter supervision. We gave the other departments too much freedom and not enough oversight. Spare the rod, spoil the servant.
No more questions. Thanks for your time. We did it! I think there was a couple questions we
The
have.
careers of 9 out of 13 actors end after their debut serial. Enjoy the fame while it lasts.
Sweet. We can level up. So what we want to do is we want to do lockpick. And then we want to do hack. And then we run. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Perfect.
So done.
Slices, dices, cauterizes, plasma cutter. Oh, well, that was a lot of ending dialogue. But we're basically done for the night, so what we'll do is we will probably, depending on where the missions are, I think they're both off-world. One's on, like, Groundbreaker, one's somewhere on Olympus or something, so we'll fast travel back to our ship. We'll divvy out some stuff. And then head to, well, just save and get out, and then we'll head to Groundbreaker, probably be the fastest one to do first. And easiest. Yeah, and then get out for the night and call it a day, and we'll be back Wednesday. So what is this most dangerous game? It's a long gun with some interesting. It has post armor damage. Sway and bring a hole. Phrase firing a subordinate. Nice. Alright, so we have to go to Groundbreaker. and record place of employment at Anti-Cloak's facility orbiting an atmosphere in the gas giant Olympus. Travel there to find him. So we're going to go back to ship and then go to Groundbreaker. Come on. The one and best thing about fast traveling to the ship is you go inside and you have to wait for another load screen. Oh man.
So then I says, fine, I'll pay you back for all of it. With interest.
Nice one. You must have had them quaking in their heels.
I mean, I wasn't really gonna do it. I just wanted to make him feel
Heard that
better.
dialogue before.
Pay you back with interest. I gotta remember that one.
Okay. So that must be a new destination. I don't think we've ever been there before. I think it was locked. We'll do Groundbreaker instead. Oh, they're both new, like, at least sections.
Groundbreaker auxiliary base. Someone has left a... Please make a note.
Someone has left a threatening message on your terminal? Dude, there has been a new message on our terminal since the very beginning of the original game. Error, origin not found. Rader, subject, no subject. What a handsome vessel you have, little weasel. The unreliable, registered to one Alex Hawthorne, but that's not you, is it? You stole it from him just as you intend to steal Gorgon from me. Perhaps I should steal something dear from you in exchange. Your ship, your crew, your life? Fair is fair, after all. Hack 65 scan proximate relay buoy. Task complete relay buoy. Hack 100 probe message origin ID. First level management executive. Transmission tower alpha on Gorgon facility. Management is an executive. Okay. Cool. So I guess we will end this right here. Okay, guys, had another good night. What we'll do is we'll come back Wednesday and we'll start from right from this point. So the main story is kind of branched off into two paths. We're looking for two high-level individuals that worked on Project Gorgon. And one took us back to Groundbreaker, and one's taking us to a base near Olympus. So I'm pretty interested to see where the story goes. It's been pretty interesting so far. It's a little bit of a mix between... It's weird, but it's a little bit of a mix of Firefly's kind of theme when it comes to the Reavers. So basically, they made the Marauders through chemicals. So kind of see where it goes. I'm interested to see everything that's going to go on with the story and how it's all going to wrap up. So I will catch you guys next time. Hope everyone has a good night. And for watching this on YouTube, as always, come hang out with us at twitch.tv/Rader0. I stream Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. We'd love to have you come by and chat on the channel. So see you later, guys. Bye.